I'm Will, I'm the Bald Book Geek, and do you still read YA? We all know the booktube is very, very YA, and this is not a discussion about that, but it's an interesting point to this. YA is not a genre, YA is a readership. YA as a term covers everything from science fiction to fantasy to romance to everything in between to even horror. Admittedly, I'm yet to read a really good YA fantasy novel. I will say that every YA fantasy I ever read has been, well, not every one, but it's pretty much 99% of the time I've hated. Sarah J Maas is quite guilty of that. I cannot stand her horrible, horrible fantasy books that just feel like Hunger Games with castles. But this is the discussion. Do you think, as readers, as grown-ups, I'm nearly 30 and I still read YA, though it's not bulk of my reading, I think it frustrates me when I see people reading, that's all they read. And then they moan about other books not being what they like, or they review other genres and you can tell they're completely out of their depth. For me personally, I read across the board. I never went through the teen reading phase. I went straight into classics in my teens and then kind of branched into YA in my older, later teens, early 20s. Because YA didn't really exist. I don't see anything wrong with people reading what the hell they want. It's your life, you enjoy it, read a book that you love. Because you're reading at the end of the day, and that's always a good thing. Whether you could be reading whatever you want. I don't think it's a bad thing to read across genres. I don't think a grown-up reading YA is a problem. If you're like my age and it's all you read, then there's a problem. But my opinion is, as long as your genres are wide and as long as you're reading all that you can read and you're enjoying it, go for it. I will also say that for every good piece of YA, John Green's Turtles all the way down, where I think YA's strong point will always be more character-driven books, you wind up with detritus like Zenith by Sasha Altsberg and Lindsay Cummings. That's also the problem. YA is such a mixed bag. For every amazing YA novel, there is 4 tons of crap. And you're kind of stuck with it. So guys, tell me what you think in the comments below, because I'm fascinated to know what you guys think about this. Tell me if there's any great YA books that you've read. Just tell me that. Tell me what you guys are reading as always. Because that's what BookTube is for. BookTube may be very YA based, but it's also a discussion. It's an open discussion and a forum for us as readers. So for you out there, I want to know that. I want to know whether you've read something amazing, something horrible, something crap, something shit, something whatever. I want to know your opinions on YA. And, yeah.